So if you're a consumer, a regular consumer of skincare, or even a highly educated consumer of skincare, chances are you're a slave to the skincare industry. And by that I mean you're probably working very, very hard for the manufacturers of the skincare products that you bought, and you're paying an arm and a leg for the privilege of using their skincare products with no proven benefit whatsoever. Now this revelation is shocking to a lot of skincare consumers. I'm Dr. Yuval, Bibi, dermatologist, and my mission in life is to stop your slavery to the skincare industry and have your skin work for you finally after you get out of its way and let it do its job, let it take care of business. So let's discuss the ways in which you're getting in the way of your own skin to work for you and give you the utmost benefit. Now, just to clarify, your skin has been around forever. It's been around since the beginning of time. It's been taking care of you since before you were born in the womb, and it was taking care of your ancestors for likely millions of years, way before the skincare industry rolled into town with its toys and magic potions. Your skin can take care of business just fine. It's a miracle of creation. Skincare industry is 5 minutes old. So let's take a look at what you're doing to get in the way of your skin in taking care of business. Number one, cleansing. So cleansing is something that everybody pretty much does across the board. Western culture and even outside cultures, using hot water in the shower, some form of detergent, whether it's a hand soap or a soap or a cleanser or a shower gel or a body washer, any concoction that's supposed to clean the skin, rid the skin of horrible surface ingredients and factors that just have to go. They must go or the skin won't be able to function. Well, cleansing does one thing, and they're pretty clear about it. Cleansing disrupts the skin barrier. Cleansing is designed to strip off ingredients of your own skin barrier, meaning cleansing robs the skin of the ingredients which it painstakingly produces to protect itself, leaving it high and dry to fend for itself without its natural protections. What sort of benefit does cleansing have in the head-to-toe approach? Well, first of all, let's talk about what cleansing can do in a favorable way, and this is in the case of hand washing. Now, hand washing is a thing. You can wash your hands with soap and lukewarm water to prevent the spread of infection. This can happen under very specific circumstances where you actually touched something contaminated, a contaminated object or material or substance. This is not every time you pass by a sink that is a call to action to wash your hands. That would be overdoing it. And there is a trade-off for hand washing. You actually do undermine the skin barrier and you undermine and damage your skin even when you wash your hands with the best of intentions and under the best of circumstances where washing of the hands actually does make a difference. Hand washing is not really a skincare benefit. Hand washing is a community benefit. You prevent the spread of infection to your fellow community members, but you're deriving no benefit for your own skin. In fact, you're damaging your skin by hand washing. So you always need to compensate when you wash your hands to make up for the damage that you've caused to the skin barrier. Another benefit to cleansing is addressing body odor. Some of us are pretty sensitive, delicate flowers, and we just don't like body odor. So if you want to address body odor, cleansing is appropriate, and you can cleanse where body odor is being produced. That is certainly not head to toe. The body odor is produced under the skin folds, meaning the armpits, the groin folds, the butt crack maybe, and in women with large pendulous breasts, maybe under the breasts. But beyond that, there is no widespread body-wide body odor production. There's no strong smell to the body. If the body does smell, that is usually a sign of something else going on, maybe some sort of a condition, a pathology, a disease, and that needs to be investigated. But the normal human body does not produce very strong odor except for those areas, and those areas can be cleansed with a soap or a shower gel or any other form of detergent to address the body odor issue. Other than that, cleansing from head to toe has zero benefit to you, meaning when you cleanse, when you use hot water, when you use those detergent-based products that you love so much, the soap, shower gel, the body wash, the cleanser, any concoction, any chemical concoction that's designed to clean your skin, you're getting rid of very important elements of your skin barrier, and you're getting in the way of your skin's protecting itself and protecting you. Now, another way in which you're getting in the way of the skin, thinking you're very smart about it, is exfoliation and scrubbing. Exfoliation and scrubbing assume that you need to take the matter of desquamation, or getting rid of dead skin cells, into your own hands, or the skin won't be able to handle it. Now, this is a ridiculous assumption. It's so nuts. It was birthed into the world by the skincare industry, and it was promoted very heavily as a practice that everybody must undertake, because if you don't do it, no one else will do it, and your skin can certainly not take care of it. But let's look at the facts. The facts are this: your skin, first of all, being a miracle of creation and being able to take care of business, and in fact being a master of biology, biochemistry, and all sorts of other sciences and disciplines, can pretty much take care of business by shedding its own dead cells when they're good and ready to go. And it does so in an automatic fashion, in a highly complicated process. It's called desquamation, which is happening 24/7 and for free, meaning this process is being handled for you for free, with the cells being shed off the skin without you having to lift a finger. There's nothing that you need to do that. But what do you get when you do go through exfoliation or scrubbing or any one of the silly practices that people engage in, such as the rubbing of the hand, the circular motion that people do when they rub their skin silly in the shower to get rid of those dead skin cells? But what you do when you engage in this category of practices is that you actually cause micro tears and physical damage to your skin, meaning you are actually getting rid of elements that are not ready to come off the skin, that are still lodged into the skin, and you're damaging the skin, undermining the skin barrier, and getting in the way of the skin doing its own business, which it's already handling without your help. Number 3, moisturization. Now, moisturization is a very broad category of practices, and it gets blurry on why we need moisturizing. So most people do not need moisturizing at all, and most areas of the skin do not need moisturizing. Moisturizing is the artificial way of adding a protectant layer to the surface of the skin to allow it to recover in the case of skin injury, meaning if the skin barrier ceases to be intact and is not functioning properly for whatever reason. Moisturizing is the action of applying a protectant layer to the surface of the skin to give the skin some space and time in which it can recover without being assaulted by the outside environment, by outside elements. So that is the only role of moisturization, really, which means moisturization is a misnomer, but it is kind of carelessly thrown around, and people use that term thinking they're actually adding some water content to the skin. You're not really doing that with most effective moisturizers. There is a class of moisturizers that are called humectants, and they may increase water content on the surface layers of the skin and do it for a short period of time, but those moisturizers are pretty short-lived, and the real moisturizers out there are the occlusives, the one that actually protect the skin long-term and afford some protection for the skin so it can truly recover its own functions and carry on working normally. So moisturizing as an automatic action, which most people seem to be engaged in, is completely unnecessary. You're practically adding stuff to the surface of the skin that the skin is not missing or lacking, and in many cases, the ingredients that are incorporated into moisturizers, most of which are water-based, can actually induce all sorts of changes to the skin. The most egregious of ones are probably irritation, but there are many subtle differences and changes that the ingredients that are incorporated into moisturizers can induce, most of which are really not known and not very well researched. When you have a water-based moisturizer, you must incorporate preservatives because they could be a hotbed for microbial growth. You can't have microbes growing in skincare products because that is a liability and could be a source of contamination and infection. So those products must contain preservatives. Preservatives are, first of all, antimicrobial, meaning when you apply them to your skin, you're likely targeting your microbiome in any number of ways, most of which, again, are not well known. And preservatives can be irritating to the skin, which is another problem that's seldom addressed by skincare manufacturers. And irritation can be very, very subtle. It doesn't need to be frank, red, raw skin. You could have a tingling on the skin or tightness on the skin, and you don't even realize that you're inducing this irritation or this uneasiness to the skin. Other ingredients that are always incorporated into water-based products are emulsifiers. And emulsifiers, by design and by default, undermine and disrupt the lipid layer that makes up the skin barrier. They do it by deliberately disrupting the oil-water interface on the skin and in the products that they are incorporated into to create a nice, milky, smooth, silky texture for the product so it can be used and be enjoyed by the user. But emulsifiers in skincare products can actually cause damage to the skin barrier and increase transepidermal water loss. Other ingredients that are included in most water-based products are fragrance ingredients and perfumes and dyes, all of which could have many different effects on the skin, most of which again are under research. There's really very little knowledge as far as what these things do, and the complexity of these products and the interaction of the various ingredients creates a second, third, fourth, and fifth rate effects that we don't even know about. So I would say when you apply products to your skin, you gotta tread lightly and really make sure that your skin truly needs the moisturizer, not just because you felt it was a good thing to do because the skincare industry told you so through promotional campaigns or even brand ambassadors that just recommended that product hands down and told you that you must do it because otherwise your skin will not survive. Another set of products that always brings a smile to my face are the vitamin serums and all sorts of other serums and concoctions that would make you think that your skin has some sort of a skincare deficiency or a vitamin deficiency. All these products assume that your skin cannot get all the nutrients and all the essentials that it needs to function from the body through metabolism and normal provision by the body through the bloodstream and other sources. And this is, of course, completely nonsensical. The human body, as the skin, is a miracle of creation, or if you believe in evolution, a miracle of evolution. And it is functioning perfectly fine without those concoctions being drizzled on the surface of the skin. Now, those concoctions have zero proven benefit. I know a lot of you go by all these influencers that say, oh, well, the vitamin C serum really kind of turned my skin around, or the vitamin A, D, E, K, whatever it is that you put on your skin made my skin really nice and plump. But the truth of the matter is that most of these concoctions actually contain ingredients to make the skin look really nice right after application, specifically glycerin or hyaluronic acid, which are humectants, which can make the skin glow or give it a nice plump, very short-lived plump. Once that wears off, you kind of get distracted, move on with life, the plump wears off, and you have to keep on riding this hamster wheel to keep on generating the effect that you love on your skin. The vitamins or the other ingredients that are supposedly giving you any sort of benefit to the skin are not the cause of the plumpness or the glow that you're seeing. So this is largely a theater of experience where you're just applying a magic potion to your skin, observe the magic appear in front of you, and then kind of get distracted, forget about it like a goldfish, move on, and the skin just keeps on plugging along, not really minding what you put on it, if it can shrug it off and move on as it usually does until it doesn't. So the bottom line is your skin is actually a miracle. It is a genius of an organ, and it can carry out the functions, all the functions that you suppose it cannot. Most of the time it needs little help from you. All it needs for you is to get out of the way. So how do you get out of the way? Well, very easily. You stop doing skincare. Let's take a look at your routine. You don't need to cleanse the skin. Again, cleansing is nonsensical. You're disrupting your skin barrier. Get rid of body odor as you see fit in the shower using a soap under the skin folds, and that's pretty much it. You don't need to cleanse the face. There's no need for the ritual of cleansing the face with any sort of detergent, and certainly no scrubbing motion or scrubber use on the face at all. There's no need to get rid of dead skin cells. If you're wearing makeup, use coconut oil on a cotton ball to remove the makeup. Don't forget, micellar water, makeup wipes, and makeup removing solutions of the conventional kind are usually detergents, meaning they are damaging to the skin, leaving your skin undermined and your skin barrier disrupted, and that means that you do have to make up for the damage after having used them, which means you have to use a moisturizer. Avoid using water-based moisturizers. Water-based moisturizers are largely damaging to your skin, and unless there's a very specific case, and there are a few of them, You do not need to use water-based moisturizers on your skin. They're largely a theater, an experiential theater, which means you're getting very little benefit and you're just going through the motions. So use oil-based moisturizers on your skin, but use them only as needed, meaning if your skin is dry, if your skin is irritated, you can apply an oil-based moisturizer to those areas distinctly and not head to toe. Don't do anything automatically. Great oil-based moisturizers are very rare. Oil-based moisturizers that are great are, first of all, thick and viscous, meaning they'll stick to your skin after you apply them for hours on end. They won't run off or dissipate. Second, they're made with as few ingredients as possible, which means they're going to work for you and not for the manufacturer to make it a fun experience for you to use on your skin without much to show for after you've used the product, or possibly open you up to side effects such as irritation. A product like that would be Butter Oasis Moisturizing Balm, which I single-handedly designed with those principles in mind. Butter Oasis Moisturizing Balm is made with 3 organic edible vegan ingredients: shea butter, cocoa butter, and argan oil, all working for you and your skin, protecting the skin and preventing the environment and other factors that are irritating your skin as it's recovering and rebuilding its skin barrier. Apply Butter Oasis Moisturizing Balm on any area of the skin that is dry and irritated to allow it to recover and get back to normal. And hopefully down the road, your skin will get back to normal and you won't need to use any of it anymore. Just leave the skin alone and get out of the way. This is pretty much as simple as it gets. Don't do anything crazy. And by crazy, I mean don't strip stuff off the skin. Let the skin keep what it makes so it can work for you and take care of business while you carry on with your life, worry-free, carefree, and actually focus on taking care of your own business, whatever it may be. Let me know in the comment section how this video reshaped your skincare approach. Also, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe for more no BS skincare advice. See you next time. God bless.